Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, June. Well, the month started with the new moon in your month, in your sign on the star Aldebaran, which is a very positive star for powerful beginnings that can enrich you, empower you, even for wealth, So I would say take advantage of these energies over the next 2 weeks till the middle of June. Spread your wings, you're coming out, you're becoming more empowered, you feel stronger. You feel like a rebirth of some sorts when there is a new moon in your sign. New ideas will come, write them down, maybe even try and act on them as well. The month starts with your planet turning direct, which is great news. Turning direct in the 12th house. In Taurus, well, square Saturn, so the first week will still be a bit hard. It will still feel a slow start of things because Mercury is all the time square Saturn, maybe the first 7 days to 10 days at most, you might still feel certain blockages that you're resolving, but there you're removing them slowly, or there might be some slowing down and slowly going through some issues that you're resolving. And if there were some complications, especially in regards to your health, for example, because Mercury rules it, they start gradually removing themselves after the first part of the month. Or if there were some complications connected to this 12th house, well, Mercury was retrograde and is turning direct, like expenses, like secrets, like losing something, like some loss, like some hidden private things that are happening, foreign things to do with faraway places, or some fears as well. The 12th house can be fears or psychological kind of negativity. It starts getting resolved and starts improving all such matters after the first week, I would say, of June. And then your planet starts moving direct and you start feeling more and more freer, positive, and actually Mercury will enter your sign from June the 30th, and you'd feel even more empowered. The sun is still in your sign, and when the planet that rules your sign, Mercury, enters your sign, you'd feel more like yourself, more versatile, more communicative. You can start some new beginnings again. You can have increased communication flow. Some short trips can appear, more contacts, information, meetings with people, talking, writing, speaking, starting projects connected to business, to writing, to speaking, to bringing out some information. If you have important conversations, do them when Mercury enters your sign after June the 30th. They would go very well. And you can feel, so to speak, lighter, breezier like yourself. On June the 4th, when Mercury is turning direct, Saturn at the same time is turning retrograde. And will be retrograde for 4 or 5 months. That's happening in your 9th house. But Saturn will be in its own sign, which is a good thing. So you'll be reevaluating, possibly for the last time, anything concerning your belief system, and removing, and it's been happening for the last 2 years. Saturn has gone retrograde in your 9th house twice before already for the last 2 years, and that's the third time. So maybe there was some kind of a harsh existential crisis that you've been going through, or that it can happen now, about your belief system crumbling and you restructuring it to be more realistic, more practical. Certain idealistic, utopic things can be reworked more practically. It's like a maturation of the mind, the thinking of the higher mind. Sometimes people can feel a bit more doubtful when Saturn goes retrograde in their 9th house about their future. They're reworking, you might be reworking, reorganizing the plan for your future. For some of you, it can just mean extra hard work on some educational matter that you've already started, and that you dig deep into it, and it's required to really put a lot of effort. Retrograde planet requires like 3 times more effort. Things move slower there. But the final results will be fantastic, of pre-qualifying, for example, changing something with your education, higher knowledge, or some course or classes that you're taking. Others might be working extra hard on some educational project like teaching. Others might be deciding to be changing their teachers, revising that and changing the directions of their studies. Or others might be there to complete some course of studies or course of teaching. You might be one who is teaching, or course of You might want to dig deep and counsel with a more practical mentor and advisor. Ninth house rules such people that are like teachers, like life coaches, to help you reorganize the plan for your future. That might be a good thing to do while Saturn is retrograde there. Or you can dig deep with some old educational project, higher knowledge or learning, or some of you might be revisiting old countries or foreign places that they wanted to go to. Some might be going back to old belief systems or restructuring existing ones, and so on. But overall, it will allow you by the end of this process to be more realistic. Some of you might be working on some relocation papers or to foreign countries, visas, and so on that will require extra hard work starting from June. And then there is a full moon, Gemini, in your 7th house on June the 14th. And the next 2 weeks will be a lot of focus on relationships as well. Something will culminate in a relationship, maybe taking a relationship to the next stage, or maybe relationship, something escalating and becoming, requiring your more attention about the business deal, about agreement of some sort, maybe completing some agreement and contract finally, or seeing the results on some deal you'll be working with someone, or seeing the results of some project you'll be working with another person, or some project that's directed to publicity, to other people, to reaching out to other people. Sometimes it can be some escalation of a personal relationship, hopefully for the better, your personal chart will determine that. So there is this attention towards the middle of the month, more not towards you and your new beginnings, which are powerful this month, but to others, but seeing results of previous actions already. Around June 11th to 19th, Venus is doing a few difficult aspects, 11th to 19th, in the 12th house. For you, that can be some exciting journeys to foreign places. The aspects are with unstable planets, Uranus, Rahu. You might be meeting someone privately from foreign places, or secretly, even something new can appear, some new interest romantically that is excitable, but then Saturn squares Venus within this period of 1 week, and there is some kind of an obstacle, some disappointment that can appear as well. On another level, 12th house can be expenses. You might be spending a little bit more for something, for some indulgence or some vice, hidden vice. The 12th house rules that. And then you kind of rein it in when Saturn squares Venus, but then Venus starts making good aspects after the 19th, so things improve there. And of course, on the 19th of June, great news for you. Venus enters your sign and will stay there till the end of the month and part of July. When Venus is in one sign, one feels more chill, more cool, more zen, let's say. They feel more relaxed, more positive, and things start happening easier for you. Plus, you become more attractive. Venus just finished transiting my first house, and I feel kind of like became rounder a little bit. Venus can round the shapes, but make you more attractive as well. You can beautify things around you, your environment. Love can be more easily accessible. The pleasures of life, very pleasant communications with others, because Venus is a social planet. And you become like socially silver-tongued, as they say, and you can gain more associates or help just by your magnetism and your charm after that period. And if you want to do anything that is enjoyable, do it when Venus enters the 9th house. Go on a nice day, go on a nice holiday where because Venus rules the 12th house, brings it into you. And even romantic, it rules your 5th house of romanticism, having fun, and coming into your first house, you can bring you pleasant experiences connected with either private pleasures, 12th house, foreign places, faraway trips, or creative projects, 5th house, with children or romantic partners. All those things that Venus rules. So thank you so much and enjoy this month, guys.